Remember, don't try this at home.
We've got years of experience that keeps us safe.
On this episode of Mythbusters,
We're about to drop an elevator. I'm beside myself.
going down in the elevator of death.
92 feet.
If something goes wrong, somebody could get killed here.
Can a well-timed leap of faith save your skin? In July 1945, a terrible tragedy at the Empire State Building gave rise to a miraculous survival story.
And an elevator plunged down 80 floors, cables and debris tumbling over it.
It was a drop of 1,000 feet, and inside, a young elevator operator.
The other motor flew clear.
She was found alive in the basement by a heroic Coast Guardsman.
The girl inside was badly crushed and burned. I got her out, gave her morphine, and treated her wounds as best I knew how.
But how did she survive that crash? Did she jump up? It's something for the Mythbusters to ponder back at the Hotel Royal. Here's the victim now.
I need to figure out how to make Buster jump. I think I'm going to have to use some kind of spring because I don't want to go for the gunpowder.
No gunpowder, good news for Buster. Instead, a kind of turbocharged pogo stick. A car spring inside overlapping tubes with a quick release catch. They'll rig Buster to sit on top. Scotty's specialty is working with metal. So in no time, she's created Buster's launcher.
Giant industrial photo stick! Nice!
The spring is tensioned. And the quick release set.
There we go.
There, okay.
Then Buster is lowered into place.
Now that looks like a good jump to me. I'm not sure, but I think we have a pretty good shot at actually launching Buster up in the air pretty good. It's a powerful spring.
It's time for Buster to fly.
Okay, here we go. Well, that wasn't very much at all. Okay.
Attempt one was more a jiggle than a jump.
What can I say? Gotta keep tweaking.
To reduce the pogo stick's weight, Scotty's cutting out as much of the heavy metal cylinder as possible. She's adding a second spring for extra power. And smearing the whole assembly with lard to cut friction.
Tastes like French fries.
It's like about a half pound of lard on there.
Well, when you have a giant box of lard, it's just so darn tempting.
Buster may at last be ready for his great leap forward.
All right. Well,
That was a good jump.
Spirits are soaring. Buster reached a maximum velocity of nearly 12.5 feet per second, compared to Jamie's 8 feet per second.
I think that's a good run. I think we're there. That was significantly more.
Roused from his luxury trailer. This promises to be the sorriest chapter in Buster's tragically accident-prone life. He'll ride that car down 9 floors, sitting on a pogo stick.
Okay, Buster, this won't hurt a bit.
Adam's tying off a trip line at the top of the shaft. That will pull the release on the launcher when the elevator's 6 feet from the bottom.
Looks about perfect to me. Okay, the rig is stationary. It's ready for...
The Mythbusters are ready. They've built a giant pogo stick and made a death trap out of a previously safe elevator. As Buster rises towards the penthouse, he surely knows the outhouse will follow. But could he somehow survive?
We're about to drop an elevator. I'm beside myself.
It's all going to be over in a few seconds. And with a big boom, what else can we ask for?
All right, here we go. Ready to drop in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh my God!
That blew my face back.
Man, that was intense.
That was such a rush. It was just like this enormous blast of air.
Oh no.
The overhead camera shows Buster's pogo stick launched right on cue. But did it save him?
Talk about a gust of air. No.
His head's gone.
We've got an arm. I believe this is more damage than we've ever done to Buster in one myth before.
Hey, Adam.
I think Buster feels good about a job well done, and he just hopes that we don't put his head on backwards.
By the bottom of the shaft, the elevator and Buster were falling at 53 miles an hour. Buster jumped up at 3 feet per second, or 2 miles an hour. Enough to hit the roof, but he still hit the ground at a fatal 51 miles an hour.
I don't know if we can put him back together.
Yeah, Scotty can do it.
We can rebuild him. We have the technology.
Buster will be repaired, but if he was smashed to pieces, how did that elevator operator survive her plunge in the Empire State Building from 10 times the height? Turns out the car was a tight fit inside the shaft, so trapped a cushion of air beneath it. And the cable hanging below coiled into a kind of spring as it fell. Those two factors slowed the car enough to save her life. Alas, fate was not so kind to Buster.
Well, you know, you might be weightless relative to the elevator, but you and the elevator are going down at 53 miles an hour. So unless you can jump up at 53 miles per hour, you're dead.
I think we've done all that we can here. I think this myth is definitively and finally busted.
Yeah, it was fun, though.